What if I told you there's one money rule that's made more millionaires than any stock tip, any crypto trade, or any side hustle? And it was written almost 100 years ago. Napoleon Hill interviewed 500 of the richest people in America to find this one secret. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it yourself. Look, we're all chasing the same thing, right? Financial freedom. That feeling where money isn't constantly stressing you out, where you can actually afford the life you want without checking your bank account every 5 minutes. But here's the problem. Everyone's looking for shortcuts. The next Bitcoin, the hot stock, the viral business idea. And yeah, some people get lucky. But most people, they stay broke. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying wealthy people. Not just rich people who got lucky, but people who built wealth that lasted. Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, the legends. And he discovered something crazy. They all followed the same rule. Every single one. And this rule? It's not complicated. You don't need a business degree. You don't need to understand blockchain or options trading. But it does require something most people aren't willing to do. And that's probably why most people never build real wealth. So stick with me for the next 25 minutes, because I'm breaking this down step by step. No fluff, no theory, just the exact system that actually works. All right, let's get into it. Napoleon Hill called this the definite chief aim. But let me translate that from 1937 speak into something you can actually use. Here's the rule. You need a specific financial goal, a deadline, and a plan. Then you work on it every single day until it happens. That's it. That's the secret. I know what you're thinking. Wait, that's too simple. Or, I already have goals. But hold on, because here's where everyone messes up. When Hill said specific, he didn't mean I want to be rich. He didn't mean I want financial freedom someday. He meant a number, an exact amount, down to the dollar. Not, I want to make more money, but I will have $50,000 saved by December 31st, 2026. Not, I want a six-figure income, but I will earn $120,000 in annual income within 18 months. See the difference? One is a wish. The other is a target. And here's the wild part. Hill interviewed these millionaires and asked them point blank, what made you successful? And almost all of them said the same thing. They wrote down their exact financial goal. They decided when they'd achieve it. And they read it every morning and every night. Sounds weird, right? But it works. And science actually backs this up now. There's a study from Dominican University where Dr. Gail Matthews found that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. Just by writing them down. That's almost half. But Napoleon Hill took it further. He said you need 3 things working together. The goal, the deadline, and the plan. All 3, not just 1 or 2. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's 29, works in marketing, makes about $65,000 a year. She came to me frustrated because she'd been trying to save money for 3 years but only had $2,000 in her savings account. Sound familiar? So I asked her, what's your specific savings goal? She said, I just want to have more money saved, like a good amount. That's the problem right there. A good amount isn't a target. Your brain can't work toward a good amount. So we applied Napoleon Hill's rule. We got specific. Sarah wanted to buy a house eventually. Average down payment in her area, $40,000. So that became her target. Not save more, but save $40,000. Then we set a deadline. 3 years. That's by December 2027. Now here's where it gets interesting. Once you have a number in the deadline, your brain automatically starts working on the how. $40,000 in 3 years? That's about $1,111 per month. Suddenly, it's not this massive impossible mountain. It's a math problem. Can she save $1,111 per month? Maybe not right now, but now she knows what she's aiming for. So we built the plan. She was spending $400 a month on eating out. Cut that to $150. That's $250 saved. She had subscriptions she forgot about. Another $75. She picked up freelance work on weekends. Another $500 per month. Within 6 months, she was consistently saving $1,200 per month. On track to hit her goal early. What changed? Not her income at first. Not her circumstances. just her clarity. That's what Napoleon Hill understood. When you have a specific target, your brain starts finding solutions. It's like buying a red car and suddenly seeing red cars everywhere. They were always there. You just weren't noticing them. Psychologists call this the reticular activating system. It's the part of your brain that filters information. When you program it with a specific goal, it starts showing you opportunities you were blind to before. That side hustle opportunity, you would have ignored it before. Now you see it as $500 toward your goal. That $6 coffee, you would have bought it without thinking. Now you see it as delaying your goal by a day. This is why vague goals don't work. Be rich doesn't activate your brain's problem-solving mode. $50,000 in 24 months does. Let's talk about deadlines, because this is where most people chicken out. They'll set the goal, $25,000 in savings. Great, but when? Someday, eventually, when I can. No, wrong. That's not how this works. Napoleon Hill was obsessed with deadlines. He said a goal without a deadline is just a dream. And he was right. Here's why. Without a deadline, there's no urgency, no pressure, no reason to start today instead of next month. Think about it. When do you actually get things done? When there's a deadline. That college paper? You probably wrote it the night before it was due. Taxes? Most people file in April, not January. Packing for a trip? The night before. We're wired to respond to deadlines. They create what psychologists call productive anxiety. Just enough stress to get you moving without paralyzing you. But here's the key. The deadline has to be realistic but uncomfortable. If you're making $50,000 a year and you set a goal to make $1 million in 6 months, that's not realistic. That's fantasy. Your brain will reject it because it can't see a path. But if you set a goal to increase your income by $20,000 in 18 months, that's uncomfortable. It'll push you, but it's doable. Your brain can work with that. Let me give you a formula. Take your current financial situation. What do you want to be in 2 to 3 years? Not 10 years. Not next month. 2 to 3 years. That's the sweet spot. Long enough to make real progress. Short enough to feel urgent. So if you have $5,000 saved now, maybe your goal is $30,000 in 30 months. If you're making $60,000, maybe your goal is $80,000 in income within 24 months. Write down right now. Seriously, pause this video if you need to. Get a piece of paper. Right? I will have exact amount by specific date. Because here's what happens when you set a deadline. You start breaking it down. How much per month? How much per week? What needs to change? Without a deadline, you're just hoping. With a deadline, you're planning. And he'll notice something else. The people who hit their financial goals weren't necessarily smarter or more talented. They were just more focused. They had a deadline, and they worked backward from it. Okay, so you've got your specific goal. You've got your deadline. Now comes the hard part, the plan. This is where Napoleon Hill separates the dreamers from the doers. Because here's the truth. Most people stop here. They've got the goal. They've got the deadline. They feel motivated for about 3 days. Then life happens. Bills come in, car breaks down, they get busy, and the goal? It just sits there. Hill said you need a written plan, not just ideas in your head. An actual written plan that you review every single day. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Meet Marcus. He's 34, works in IT, makes about $70,000. His goal? Save $60,000 for a business he wants to start. Deadline? 3 years from now. So he worked backward. $60,000 in 36 months is about $1,667 per month. Marcus was saving nothing. Zero. So he needed to find $1,667 per month in his budget. Here's what we did. First, we tracked everything he spent for 1 month. Everything. Every coffee, every subscription, every impulse buy. Total spending? $5,800 per month. He was living paycheck to paycheck on a good income. Then we built the plan. Income increases. Asked for a raise at his annual review. Target, $5,000 more per year. That's $417 per month. Start freelancing on Upwork 10 hours per week. Target, $800 per month. Sell stuff he doesn't use on Facebook Marketplace. One time, $2,000. Expense cuts. Move to a cheaper apartment. Save $400 per month. Cook at home instead of eating out. Save $300 per month. Cancel and use subscriptions. Save $85 per month. Buy used car instead of financing new. Save $250 per month. Add it up. $417 plus $800 plus $400 plus $300 plus $85 plus $250 equals $2,252 per month. That's more than his target. Now he has margin for error. But here's the critical part. We didn't just make this list and hope for the best. We made it specific and scheduled. Week 1, cancel subscriptions. Week 2, list items for sale online. Week 3, start applying for freelance gigs. Month 2, research cheaper apartments. Month 3, schedule meeting with boss about raise. See what we did there? We turned one big scary goal into small actions with dates attached. That's what Hill meant by a plan. Not just, I'll spend less and earn more, but exactly what you'll do, exactly when you'll do it. And here's the magic part. Once Marcus started checking off these small actions, momentum built. He started seeing progress. His savings account grew. That feeling? It's addictive. Within 4 months, he was averaging $1,900 per month in savings. He was ahead of schedule. What changed? Not his circumstances at first. His plan, his focus, his daily actions. This is what Napoleon Hill observed in every single wealthy person he studied. They had written plans. They reviewed them daily. They adjusted when needed, but they never lost sight of the target. Now here's the part that sounds weird, but works like crazy. Napoleon Hill said you need to read your goal out loud twice a day. Once when you wake up, once before bed. I know, it sounds like woo-woo manifestation stuff, but stick with me. Hill called this autosuggestion. Today, we call it programming your subconscious, and it's backed by actual neuroscience now. When you read your goal every morning, you're setting your intention for the day. Your brain knows what to look for. Opportunities, solution, resources. When you read it every night, you're processing it during sleep. Your subconscious mind works on problems while you're sleeping. That's why you wake up with ideas sometimes. Your brain was working overnight. But here's how you actually do this. Don't just read numbers. Make it vivid. Instead of, I will have $50,000 saved by December 31st, 2027. Try, by December 31st, 2027, I will have $50,000 in my savings account. I will feel secure and proud. This money will give me options and freedom. I will achieve this by saving $1,400 per month through my freelance business and by cutting unnecessary expenses. See the difference? One is just numbers. The other creates emotion and clarity. And emotion is what drives action. Logic makes you think. Emotion makes you move. Hill discovered that the wealthy people he studied didn't just have goals. They had an emotional connection to those goals. They could see it, feel it, taste it. Let me give you an example. There's a woman named Jessica who wanted to pay off $80,000 in student loans. That was her goal. Deadline, 5 years. But just reading $80,000 paid off by 2028 didn't motivate her. It felt heavy, depressing. So we reframed it. She started reading. By May 2028, I will be completely debt-free. I will own my income. Every dollar I earn will be mine to keep. I will feel light, free, and proud of what I accomplished. I will achieve this by paying $1,334 per month using my income from side projects and by living below my means. That hit different. That motivated her. And here's what happened. She started waking up thinking about her goal. She started making different choices. When she was about to buy something, she'd think, does this bring me closer to being debt-free or further away? Little choices. Every day. Compounding. Within 3 years, she paid off $55,000. Ahead of schedule. Why? Because she programmed her brain daily to stay focused on what mattered. This daily habit, it's free. Takes 2 minutes. Morning and night. But it's the difference between a goal you forget about and a goal you achieve. Here's something Napoleon Hill emphasized that most people forget. Your plan will need adjustments. And that's okay. Life happens. You lose a job. You have an unexpected expense. The market crashes. A pandemic hits. Whatever. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never face obstacles. They're the ones who adjust the plan and keep moving. Let me tell you about David. His goal was to save $100,000 in 5 years. He was on track, saving $1,700 per month consistently. Then COVID hit. He got furloughed, lost 40% of his income. Most people would have given up. See, goals don't work. Life gets in the way. But David did what Hill would have told him to do. He adjusted. He couldn't save $1,700 per month anymore. So he recalculated. Maybe he saves $800 for now and extends his deadline by a year. Or he finds a different income source to make up the gap. He ended up doing a combination. Saved what he could, picked up delivery driving, started a small lawn care business on weekends, adjusted his timeline by 10 months. And you know what? He still hit his goal. Just took a little longer. But he hit it. That's the power of having a written plan. When things go wrong, you don't give up. You adjust the numbers and keep going. Think of it like driving. If there's traffic, you don't turn around and go home. You find another route. Same destination, different path. Your financial goal is the same. The number and the general timeline stay the same. But how you get there, that can change. Review your plan monthly. Ask yourself, am I on track? If not, what needs to change? Maybe you need to cut more expenses. Maybe you need another income stream. Maybe you need to push the deadline back 6 months. Fine, adjust, but don't quit. Napoleon Hill found that the difference between successful people and everyone else wasn't that successful people had fewer problems. They just didn't let problems stop them. All right, let's wrap this up. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying wealthy people, and he found one rule they all followed, one system that never failed, a specific financial goal, an exact deadline, a written plan, and daily focus. That's it. That's the secret that's created more millionaires than any investment strategy, any business model, any get-rich-quick scheme. Because here's the truth. Wealth isn't about luck. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about clarity, focus, and consistent action. Most people wander through life hoping things get better. The wealthy, they have a target and they hit it. So here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this video, get a piece of paper, or open your notes app and write down your financial goal. Be specific, down to the dollar. Then set a deadline, 2 to 3 years from now. Then write out your plan. How will you achieve this? What needs to change? And starting tomorrow, read it every morning and every night. 2 minutes. That's all it takes. Do this for 30 days and watch what happens. You'll start seeing opportunities you were blind to before. You'll start making different choices. You'll build momentum. And in 2 to 3 years, you'll be exactly where you decided to be today. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below with your financial goal. Just writing it down publicly makes it more real. And if you want more strategies for building wealth, check out my other videos. I break down practical, no BS money advice every single week. Remember, the rule never fails. You just have to follow it. Now go write down that goal, and let's make it happen.